is a bit. I need a bit more. You know what I mean? Give us more.
Well,
and I
especially
don't
if
agree.
you don't,
I don't agree that
especially
it's
if you
always been broken, right? Okay.
as far as I know, you just turn. If they haven't turned it on,
No, it's not the problem. The problem is measuring a ruler distance. Just forget the tokens and all that kind of stuff. Let's make it simple. Measure a pointer distance. And as soon as now you lay the cards on the table, do not switch the chase on, right? And measure.
Well, it's not a chase if you don't switch the chase on.
Never mind. Measure a value on a value. So set the square distance at 1.7 and then measure a value, right? And the display is 1 decimal place, right? So it rounds it off. And if you switch the chase on, it gives it to 10 decimal places in a tiny little font.
And then it's tiny, yeah.
So that's, as soon as you put chase on, it changes the properties of the display. It's got nothing to do with chases and ranges and tokens and forget all that.
Yeah, I'm getting decimal points.
Aye.
On the ranges.
So you're getting decimal. You should be getting, because they want to put a fraction into the per square calculation. So they're going to get a fraction out of the total. Okay, so the only what he's objecting to is how that display is written to the screen. That's it, in a nutshell.
Yeah, chases isn't broken. Something has changed to the numbers, though. Instead of them being in nice factorials, they're showing decimal places and rounding.
Aye,
so instead of showing 25 inches, it's showing 24.6 inches.
I know, but here's the thing, right? So,
that's it. I'm leaving it there. We're not talking about it anymore.
So no, I'm just going to say you've got a tick box for show raw distance. Does that make any difference? Whether I'm not talking about chases, just in general, does that box make any difference at all? Forget about chases now.
Just changes the number of decimal places.
Hey.
So yeah, 60 point. Yeah, 60 point. Yeah, 60. Yeah. That's basically it's always showing the raw distance. That's what's happening.
Okay, so it's always showing the raw distance. There you go. There's the first bug, right? I haven't even got to chases yet, and you found the bug.
That's only if you change. It. Anyway, we're not getting on with it. I don't care anymore. Righty-ho. Okay. So last time, I do believe. I don't mean that rudely. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's just not worth worrying about. We're here to play. Let's play. So I seem to recall after the big barroom brawl, you basically questioned Lee. And just as a reminder, he said that he told you he gave up his brother with no compulsions whatsoever about any problems about giving up his brother. That said, though, actually, I've noticed they've fixed the portraits at least. Bud's gang is putting a job right now. There's a spot in the hills north of Carter called Bluegrass Meadow. Ranchers fatten up their herds on the rich bluegrass and wild alfalfa before they set them at the stockyard. Word is a big herd's coming down from Elkhorn Ranch in the north of the county, and they're sure to camp at Bluegrass Meadow. That's where Bud and his gang will strike. I'll stake my saloon on it. First, they'll come up with a ruse to distract their hands, then cut out part of the herd and vamoose. There's a rustler's roost overlooking Bluegrass Meadow. That's Bud's favourite spot to plan.
Bada-bing.
God, it was called Bluegrass Meadow. Damn, I'm going to have to change the map.
Hadn't we better rush to Bluegrass Meadow before we get a whole... We
end up with there's Bud, who's the leader, and he doesn't like killing folks. There's a mad scientist, a scout who's quick on the draw, a gunfighter, and 3 other random gunmen rustlery types.
And if you remember, they're wanted alive.
They are wanted alive. It's just as well that Mercy is stuck in a snowstorm.
Well, she's not stuck in a snowstorm. She's 24 hours plus into having no power with another expected 24 hours. before power is restored.
Below for morale.
It's depressingly horrifying, isn't it? 48
Well,
hours.
I can kill people in her stead.
Okay, it's about 26 miles to. It's about 26 miles to Carter by trail, a 4 days ride on horseback. You'll pass through Fort Bridger and the Bridger Depot, apparently. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Images. All. No, it'd be Unitar, won't it?
Why isn't that working?
Oh no, that's too much of a novel idea. I don't want to do that.
I don't know.
One. Okie dokie. So this one then. Difference between two. And I'm going to go to you aren't that. Actually, where are you at the moment?
I'm sitting in a chair in front of a computer.
You're at Heaston Hill, aren't you? You're in the. You've gone. Yeah, I know where you are. I'm on the wrong map. That's why I'm confused.
So I'm downstairs in the gaming room, and Kay's upstairs in the living room.
You went. You actually no. You went to Cretton Ranch, and then you got sent on to. You're in another town, aren't you? And I can't remember where that town is.
We've gone to the Golden Penny Saloon, but then we went home that evening because otherwise Sophia's still back cleaning the house in Heaston Hill.
Yes, of course, that was it. Oh yeah, okay. So you've gone back to Heaston Hill, so it actually makes it an even further journey for you, not because you're not in Uri. There we go. So that other map you don't need. So supposedly it was from Uri to Carter. There's a 26-mile ride on horseback before with Port Bridger and the Bridger Depot. So obviously you're going from here, you're going to go that way, you're going to go that way, then you're up there along the Oregon Trail, up to Bridger. I suppose, well, actually, I make it 24 miles to, I suppose there's 24 miles to Bridger, not to Bridger Depot. So I suppose you can then take the train to think you'll go take a more direct route, of course, can't you?
Yeah, is there no reason we couldn't go from Fort Bridger cross country?
Northwards. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What's it doing? Why is it doing that? Let's cancel that. To there, cross country. On the way, the posse. Why on earth? Yeah, even then, if you're there and you go the way the adventure says you're going to go, you get to there, and then I still make it 30 miles that way. Point being is you want to take the direct route across the river.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Right. So, okay, right. It's you head out, head back through Uri, head up to Fort Bridger, and head on northwards. And yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued now. Yep. Okay. So yeah. Obviously, with the directions we're given, I just need some apparently simple stealth rolls. Sneak up on Bud and his gang.
Just simple ones.
But it says simple stealth rolls.
Simple stealth rolls I can do.
But that means we have to stop the car and walk the last bit.
Were you driving there, were you? Yeah, oh, that's okay.
Well, we
enough.
could walk it. Well, we could walk in, I suppose. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, right, okay, whatever. Okay,
Pretty
we
sure
can make
not
it. We can make a
inspired
stealthy approach of that. I'll try not to grumble about it too much. Do you know what I mean?
Indeed.
You know,
Okay.
if only I had two. I was a younger man with two working legs.
Well, very much so. Seeing if I've got anything I can remotely use.
I think you can remove the inspired, the vulnerable and other stuff off of us.
Let's turn off drunken boxing. Get rid of Lee Bellock's gone. Inspired goes.
Leave the hot iron and whiskey because I'm still handsome.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Very much aware of the fact you're very much handsome.
Yeah, exactly. I always knew you were handsome. Thanks, Kev.
Handsome cab, that is. Absolutely not.
Okay. Is that absolutely don't do it or absolutely not too awkward?
Absolutely don't do it.
Okay.
Bada bing, bada bong, bada bing.
Don't do what?
Well, I can't tell you that. It wouldn't be
Can't
secret,
tell you,
right?
it's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a secret. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Won't tell anybody.
Yes.
Just because of, well, it depends if you really want me to go off and rewrite the adventure tonight and not run it if you play that card, basically.
Yeah, it's one of
This
those.
is why I check.
Pardon?
This is why I check.
Indeed. Yeah, please don't. I'll give you another. I'll deal you another card instead.
Ooh, what happens? What happens? What happens?
I'll take that.
What happens if he plays the card and then I play it again? Dun dun dun.
I will murder all of you. Rocks fall, everybody dies. There you go.
Okay, that.
I'm going to have to. Yeah, of all the times to do it, is just because I know there's whatever you do is bound to go wrong because I know there's I can't. It's a while since I've read the adventure, and I know this. You know what I mean? I can't. Whichever character I pick will be the wrong one, and it buggers up the rest of the adventure. So that's why it's easy just to say, please don't.
Okay.
You can just turn off adventure card. Everyone up with it.
No, I have a thing whereas if somebody plays an adventure card and I won't take it, then I have to buy it off them. It's Benny's.
Well, I just
so they
just
get so and it's normally they're in a den of orcs, right? They're all going to kill them, and somebody plays love interest. And I'm like, shit, what?
Indeed.
I say so. I'll give you a Benny, and we'll never talk about it ever again.
Well, my solution there was to give him a different card. I figured that was just as good.
Yeah.
Well, one of my players played that, and now he's got mermaid kids.
Okie dokie. Right. So sorry about that. So I do recall there were successful sneakings. So okay. You start sneaking up, and what you can see up ahead of you is a set of horses grazing in a makeshift rope corral. Further on, sort of hiding on a grassy bluff, looking down on herds of cattle. You can see what appears to be the Ghost Still gang.
Is the grass actually blue?
Well, seeing as I've got no map that looks anything like it, no.
No, but it is musical.
I was going to say, depends how much of it you smoke.
So is it a bit depressed? Is it looking sad? Does it need cheered up? So
good grass. And it's all.
So we've managed to bit. So how do we do this? to this campsite malarkey, so is Will Money going to wander up and with guns and things?
Well, that's the question. So you could see him ahead of you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, exactly. We have to consult quickly. We're all consulting whisper quickly. We're going to duck behind the nearest bush. Start talking.
Well, remember, we need to take these folks alive. And they're not killers themselves.
Well, I don't know. Is the amazing old awful going to give him a damn good chastising? I don't know.
I thought I might give them a bit of a telling off. I mean, they have been rustling cattle. But
I can just shoot them and not kill them.
Well, that being said, they're rustling cattle in the territories, which is out of my jurisdiction. And in all honesty, all we really want to know is, what happened to the agent. So, if we show a reasonable show of force, we might be able to get them to tell us what we want to know and then let them go their own way without any further altercations. Now, show of force means point things at them and make it obvious that we could kick their arses, but don't actually kill any of them. You do understand that, don't you, Mr. Money?
Aren't these bad guys?
Okay.
Wouldn't we get money for capturing them and turning them in?
Well, there is a bounty on the head, so there is. And if we can persuade them that turning them in is actually in their own best interest, because there are other folks that might come after them and be more likely to kill them, then, that might go well too.
So you're going to go down there and persuade them and we're all going to look intimidating?
Well, that's certainly one way of looking at it. I would suggest we get as close to them as we can before we reveal ourselves. Not like that, Mr. Money.
You've got a dirty mind.
I'm pretty sure it's not me that has a mind like a Welsh railway.
I'll leave it at that. This is not going to be one of the most amazingly awesome maps ever, but it will do.
But if we could approach a little closer.
You should see my amazing map I made yesterday. It's called the best snow map ever.
Term.
Is it just white? Is it just white?
It's just a blob of snow.
Yeah.
I did put a couple of rocks on it towards the end, but that was for 2 rocks and a portcullis.
Bang. So,
I mean, if you'd prefer, perhaps Miss D and I could approach them quite openly. After all, we just look like an old man and a pretty young girl. Do you have any?
He does not look like an old man.
Are any of you three any good with a rifle?
Yeah.
What was that you said? Make a rifle. Well, I've got a bit of copper pipe and a bit of wire and one of those things.
A rifle. Are you any good with a rifle?
Yes, I'm good with a rifle.
If I were to, I don't know, point out a rock or two that were quite small, but you'd be able to shoot them, and make it clear that if anybody were to try any funny business, that I know someone that can, shoot a flea off a dog's arse at 500 yards.
600 yards.
600 yards? Well, aren't you?
I can shoot a flea off a flea's arse at 600 yards.
What do you want me to make a trifle?
Revel in the awesomeness of my cliff.
It's a beautiful cliff. We just got to blow them off the cliff, have we?
Do you see anything about a trifle?
I don't know. They're all talking about desserts. Or talking about dessert and maybe they want to run away. I don't know. Okay, so check. Pants on, yes. Shirt inside out, correct? Yes, no. Fine. And yeah.
Oh, brilliant. That's perfect. I've just seen something else I can do. Hang on a second. Back onto this level. Make that. And then I can do a... I don't know. I think I have to reshare it, don't I? So you guys can see it. But... and then if I do... yeah, I probably have here, so I can do it in the stamp, couldn't I? Yeah, that'll do.
I see the lovely
Outside.
rope corral. It's amazing. What about the horses inside the corral? To scale.
They're all invisible horses. We just know that they're because of the dirt that they're moving around.
I can see the horses. They're crazy.
There you go. There's a rope,
amazing.
very small rope corral. I think there's. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's too many horses. There you go.
Well, that out here.
Must be a wild horse.
Look, it's good enough for the description, isn't it?
Yeah, it does the trick. We can see them and they can see us, and we're going to shoot them all. Is that what we're going to do? I don't know.
We are not shooting anybody.
I'm going to pull my rifle out.
So, with your successful stealth rolls, you can all make one move up to your pace.
Go back climbing up on that rock.
Yeah, if you want.
I'm going to climb up on that rock.
You got a pace of 8. You
I
do.
have.
I apologise. I apologise for doubting you.
Well, you doubted me. You doubting Kevin. That's a new edge. The doubting Kevin edge.
The doubting Kevin edge instead of doubting Thomas, indeed. Change your positioning. Okie dokie. So, right. So basically, they haven't noticed you yet. You've successfully stuck up upon them. I say you've got the horses. You've got the horses in the roped-off corral behind them, and yeah, they are looking down the impressively drawn cliff down at the huge herds of cattle below.
Top of the morning to you, gentlemen.
Is that what you're doing? You're shouting that at the top of your lungs, are you?
Sorry, I went to the wrong place. I forgot I wasn't supposed to be a stealthy one, but I was supposed to be walking up with you.
Top of my lungs, but enough to get their attention. Top of the morning to you, gentlemen. And when they turn around, I will tip my hat to them, and I'll look at Bud if I am able to identify him. And say, "Sure, and you must be Bud. You look just like your brother, so you do."
Right, there you are. I've even added the cattle now. Some evil buggers cut their back halves off, but they're down below. Okie dokie. There.
Those cattle, are they very small or are they very far away?
They're down a cliff, so we can't really see them, can we?
Because compared to the size of the horses, they are quite tiny.
I know. I don't care. Well, they're meant to be down the bottom of the cliff.
Then they must be very far away.
They're very far away. Yes, I got the scale slightly wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's a
theatre of the mind. Use your brain.
It's a diagraphic map, diagrammic map rather than a scale map. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. To catch okay, okay, right. Okay, so you're going to say that top of the morning. Okay. At which point they will turn to face you.
Good day, gentlemen. Sure, and you must be Bud. You look just like your brother, so you do. I will step forward with my hand out to shake his hand.
As you start stepping forwards, he draws his gun and points it at you and stops you where you get to go. Hold it right there, fella, or I'll drill you.
Oh, in that case, maybe you're not Bud Balak. Because your reputation precedes you, sir. You wouldn't shoot an old fella and a young lady now, would you? Not in cold blood. Apparently not in warm blood, usually.
How persuasive are you feeling?
Well, we had that whole conversation
assist with
about
my
whether
cleavage.
my underpants, my pants were on and my shirt was the right way out. And anyway, is he okay? Because he was going to show me how to dress and that and all that. Does he look pucker?
If you want to step out,
No, I'm playing on it. I'm playing it on Travis.
Oh, you're playing it. It does say your hero, so you'd actually have to give it to Travis for him to role play.
Well,
Travis, there's no R in his name. The Perrier.
I said Tavis. He said it.
You didn't.
I said Tavis. You just misheard me.
I'm
using that. I'm using that. I was going to say I'm using that new bit of software in Discord where it adds random R's into words.
Yeah, it's a known bug. Yeah, it's a known
right.
bug.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Then I've given John Watt a card. If you put my plays down to 0 and give him an extra play, then I've played that card.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Timber shifting, but it's there.
Clear the card.
Maybe Sophia can support me by looking all simpering and bustly or something.
I did say I'm going to use my cleavage as support.
Okay. Well, as long as your cleavage has got
supporting your
support.
cleavage?
That's supportive cleavage, isn't it?
It's supportive cleavage.
It supports itself.
Crying out loud.
Oh, thank you for this.
Lovely.
Great.
Everyone's staring at the boobs now into the end. It's like, what breasts? I didn't hear anything he said. What did he say? Fuck off, you. Look at him.
Donkey, right.
This is where I just get gang raped, isn't it?
No, we wouldn't.
No. I think. No, I don't think that's happened. I think Alfredo's got a Freudian slip, and he's introduced himself to his mother to the. Or said something about the other guy's mother. Is your mother's got breasts like that? Oh, yeah, what?
Okay, so what I'm going to have happen here is Bud is going to fire a shot at the amazing Adolfo in an attempt to intimidate him or distract him. Obviously, he's not. You could. I mean, he's very much aiming over your head. He's trying. He's basically shoots your top hat off the top of your head.
Hats in the Old West must have permanently had holes all over them.
Yeah.
Not exactly, leaving you distracted.
That's why they all slept under blankets.
I'm going to leave you distracted and shaken as he shoots the hat off the top of your head.
Okay.
Who's Lee's guy?
Now, just out of sheer curiosity, he could Benny the 5 if he wanted to, couldn't he?
He could do.
Right, okay. I'm only asking because I was thinking about another scenario.
However, the amazing Adolfo obviously takes it in his stride, having unshaken immediately.
I will rub my bald head and say, well, that was quite a nice hat, so that was. Well,
it is a nice hat. It's just a bit.
I see you're very handy with your iron, but nonetheless, I had heard you're not the killing type, which evidence to back it up. I've still got the head on my shoulders. That's what I have. Now, the thing is, I'm here because well, I'm looking for a gentleman who is apparently seen in your company. One Mr. Lenny Buckles. Do you know the fella? I shall say, just kind of trying to brush past the fact that he shot my hat off.
Okie dokie. That sounds like 6 seconds. Juan, what do you want to do, if anything?
Juan is going to turn on his drunken boxing and come stumbling out that direction.
I will point out that just because Bud doesn't shoot to kill, he may well follow Shepherd Book when it comes to kneecaps.
Right, and that's why I'm drunk. I'm walking forward drunk.
Make them harder to hit.
And I am going to I'm going to try a persuasion on Bud to talk to us. So, hey, Bud, you really ought to be talking to us.
Go for it. That's a 9. Okay, so I never remember me levels after hostile and unhelpful. So let me just go to my rule book because it's quicker that way. It isn't, but I just like doing it. Reactions. So hostile, unfriendly. Okay. I'm going to say you've got Bud down to neutral.
I figure bringing a drunk man to a fight is probably not what they thought we were doing. So
exactly. Okay, I'm going to have. Well, so I'm going to have the same thing. Octavio's going to base as you're stumbling forwards. Octavio is going to try and put a bullet between your feet, but obviously you're not fazed by that at all. Mr. Money.
Has Bud Badak got a hat on?
He does indeed.
I'm going to shoot his hat off then.
Okay, go on then. That's a shooting roll.
I think I'm gonna bury that because that was rubbish.
I know it's using agility, but I don't have a problem with that. The idea is, my opinion is obviously, it's just movement.
That's better.
He doesn't get a re-roll, so he doesn't get to re-roll here. I know Fancy Grounds does it automatically. So you shake him. Do you want to make him distracted or vulnerable?
I want to make him distracted, yeah.
Okay, you shoot his hat off his head. Mr. Watson, you're up.
It's a terrible shape. It's fallen off the edge of the cliff, so it has. It must be a thing that's going round here.
Let's see what they do.
Dr. Seamus McLoon. He looks to Bud and going, how are we going to go to this one? And then he basically, he literally pulls on his belt. He pulls out some weird-looking device. It looks like. I suppose the best thing to describe it is like it looks like a hose with a big metal tap on top of it. He points it at. Whoops! No, he doesn't. Let's try that again. He points it at Sophia and the amazing Adolfo, and turns on the tap. Water doesn't come out, but you do sort of see some sort of light shimmering effect coming through. You okay? With raise, there's no raise. The target. Okay, so basically, it automatically affects you, but you do get a chance to take it off. It would cost me 2 power points plus additional recipients, makes it 3 power points. That takes it down to 22 power points. As both yourself and Sophia suddenly feel yourself acting a bit slower, as if the air around you sort of turned into a slightly more treacle-like substance.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's okay.
John Jacob White's going on hold because he's waiting to see what his boss does at this point. Same with Hector and Sophia D.
Well, I think actually that slow thing might improve what I was about to do, because I was going to try and distract them all by turning round and picking up Adolfo's hat, making sure that my arse is incredibly well displayed during the whole process, and then placing it back on his head.
I'm going to do it in slow motion.
That sounds absolutely awesome, and unfortunately, of course...
And there's no video, unfortunately, in this game, so stop watching. Go away, you dirty perverts.
Unfortunately, of course, technically speaking, tests can only affect one person, but for the price of one simple Benny, I'll allow it.
Oh, well, that's totally worth doing then. Thank you. What would you like? Athletics, agility, performance, persuasion? What's your choice?
Probably a performance, isn't it?
Okay.
And you should get the +1 for being attractive added to it as well.
Oh, yes, she will. She will.
He's gay.
He might be.
Okay. Bud's unaffected. Octavio is, I assume you're going to distract them all.
Yeah.
Is Octavio a boy or a girl?
Is distracted. As far as I know, the only female member of the gang's in jail. Dr. Seamus is distracted. John Jacob Whiteley's not affected. And Hector is distracted. There we go. At which point, Bud goes, realizes this when he looks around, he's going to give up. He will say, he looks at his guys and goes, we'll stand down for now. You do all pick up on the "for now" statement of his.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
You can.
Oh, it is going to take a long time if that fella there can't stop this happening.
Right, I'm just going to turn off the effects because obviously it will all play out eventually. Okay, at the moment I'm changing from hostile to neutral as they are admitting you've got them banged to rights, and obviously given Bud's policy of not gratuitously murdering people, they are a bit hamstrung at this point. Some of the others may feel differently, but at this point, I'm going to say that you do successfully subdue them.
Oh, but Jesus, that's an impressive hosepipe you got there, sir. I'm sure Mr. Watt, who's hiding in the bushes, possibly because he's forgotten to put his trousers on, would be quite interested in having a chat with you about that. He's up with all of that new science type of thing, so he is. Mr. Ballack, Bud, if you don't mind, perhaps we should have a little chat. Would you have the goodness, sir?
Indeed. At this point, it's been quite a long day to get here, and make much difference to this map. But anyway, I'm trying to say the sun's setting, so Seamus McLoone will happily converse with John Watt about anything scientific if what Mr. Watt intends to do. So what are you going to do with them? Are you going to disarm them, tie them up? What do you want? I mean, they offer, they do. Bud says they won't be. He won't. He won't do
Am
any
I
funny
missing
business.
something? As far as I can tell, all we did was walk up and ask for a chat. Why are they suddenly surrendering to us?
Because they know that they're cattle rustlers, and we wouldn't be here where they were watching over the cattle they were about to rustle if we didn't know something was up.
Probably had
okay.
Plus they tried to be they tried to be really scary and shoot hats off, and then we've got somebody that could shoot their hats off, and then you broke your back in slow motion.
My arse caused them to surrender. It's just that fine.
Well, it's not that oh look, there's an attractive arse. It's not supposed to point in that direction. What the hell is it? Why have you got your leg behind your neck? What?
It's more
something's going to break.
The pertinent point is it's very much a case of because Bud's not prepared to murder you to avoid your capture. His plan is obviously, as the point he's trying to plan is that's by surrendering and being helpful and forthcoming, you may make a mistake of trusting him and he will escape later. That's obviously the way he works.
Hey, who played Villainous Verbosity on the GM?
Yeah. Anne Boleyn was that.
Did someone, just give the whole plot away, Ken.
Sophia D is that sexy that criminals just give up.
Besides, maybe
Fantastic.
their mechanic fellow has worked out what my persuasive argument was going to be ahead of time.
Maybe. Because he
Which
does
was
deal with them.
they're standing on a cliff and I can cast havoc.
Yeah, it's pretty persuasive.
Well, perhaps we should share some of our victuals with you. Do you have a campfire, fellas?
You could set up camp, yeah, because the sun is setting. It would be prudent to set up camp and head back the following day. Yes.
Well, over beans and flatulence. I would like to chat with Bud.
You've all had enough beans.
Yes, we're going to definitely have a tin of beans. Yeah.
We basically tell him that Len Buckles was last seen in their company, and we want to know what happened to him as far as they're aware. I'll point out that we are absolutely aware that you're wanted for cattle rustling, and there is a price on your heads. And we'd very much appreciate it if you'd come in with us, but we equally would very much appreciate it that nobody had to die. And if you're dead set on filling people full of holes rather than coming back and getting arrested, there are people in my group that would be perfectly happy to engage in that, but I prefer it didn't happen. Thank you very much. So if they'll tell us all about Len Buckles and not rustle these particular cattle while I'm watching, at which point I'll subtly show him my badge and say, yes, I know I'm out of my jurisdiction, but I'm sure it wouldn't make that much difference if I tried to arrest you. I'll let you go, and we get the information that we want, and none of those cattle get nicked. Thank you very much.
Can you say the first bit again?
That's absolutely fine. Sorry, I'm just reading something because it's very, very weirdly confusing. And
is that the bit where nobody gets shot?
No. It's this bit. This is the bit I lost the thread on. So they list out the whole gang. They list out the whole gang, and then they go on, and then it contradicts itself further down.
You told us there were 7 previously.
Yes, but this is where it gets really interesting, because
you keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Layers.
Oh, look, the old man just had a heart attack.
And died, yes. Painting level. Ah, okay, lock that level. Then on the painting level. Oh, well, there's one too many horses and I can't do anything about it now, so. Oh, well. Okay, so. By the time you've got them contained, night's fallen, the wind mows, and the full moon blazes white overhead. But obviously listens to what you've said.
Is it me, or did the GM just say the full moon? Anybody got any silver on them, just in case?
Paranoid. You know what? I'm after. Can I have notice checks, please?
For the werewolves.
If you want some, have it, dude.
No, just for basically Patrick talking to Bud.
I would like to point out, dollars are silver. That's why they're called silver dollars.
I'm afraid when Patrick talks, a lot of the time I just phase out.
Yeah, indeed.
Why?
It's an interesting one. Do you get the distinct impression that, but obviously we'll assume you're in a campfire sort of situation, sort of around a campfire that I can't be bothered to add to the map right now because, it's obviously there. And where presets. One day I'll remember how to do this properly. There we go. Then you click on that. Then you can change the color. Then you can set it to flicker, and then you can put the flicker up to about there. Then you can turn on ambient lighting and make it moonlight. Then you can go to here and turn on lighting. And it still doesn't flicker very much. Anyway, you're meant to be in a nice yellow glow of a campfire there, but it's not very flickery.
No, the flicker isn't very flickery as a general rule on the lighting. It is flickering a bit.
Yeah. What I probably should do is take the dim up to 6 and the bright down to 1. No, take the dim down to 3. That might make it flicker a bit better. No, it didn't really, did it? It's not very flickery. But anyway. Yeah, he seems a bit distracted. He's you get the distinct impression he wasn't talking to you. He's didn't pay much attention to you, but he then goes. He then responds, going, "We're on opposite sides of the law on this issue, but don't make us bad people. We ain't killers, and I think you know that. I think you pointed that out. As someone who avoids killing, it's only sporting me to warn you folks that you've stepped in. What you've done, stepped in. No fault of yours, not pointing any fingers, but you stumbled on something bigger than you. I'm giving you a chance to cut us loose and walk away."
Well, now you got me intrigued, so you have. Perhaps you should explain just exactly what it is that we got ourselves. Well, if I've stepped in something, I'd give you. I'd appreciate the opportunity to clean it off my shoe, if you'll pardon me continuing with the euphemism.
I'm going to put one more bullet back in my Winchester.
Fair enough. Probably a good move. So me and my friends, we're in the midst of what you might call an internal dispute. Our old pal John Dacre White's got beef with us, and Johnny's not exactly what you call a rational mood these days. You don't want to get stuck in the middle of that, don't you?
You know, I used to work in a circus, so I did. I would frequently have clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. So being stuck in the middle with you isn't a problem.
Oh dear.
Now, if you're having some kind of problem with your friend Mr. White, perhaps we might be able to help you come to some kind of resolution. You know, if you're to explain exactly what the issue is.
A big, thick, chilly fog comes rolling in and surrounds you all.
Moy, that chilly fog did come in mighty quick.
Yeah, it was
slowed down.
Fog. Is somebody put
Stoke
green
up the
wood
fire
in that
and
fire?
make it warmer.
Yeah, don't put wet wood in the fire. Oh, it's all smoky.
Good idea, Miss D. Let's get us all a little bit warmer. Yeah, tell you what, this does look like just exactly the right kind of night for a ghost story, so it does. Unless, of course, that's what the problem is, Mr. Balak. But, of course, it wouldn't be.
I have...
Yeah, don't really come back and do things like that now, do they?
Guys!
We're rolling notice.
You didn't notice we didn't notice your rolling notice.
No.
Well, clueless.
Indeed. Okay, so everybody who successfully makes a notice check, so that's not John Watt, you hear the snap of a branch somewhere out there in the fog, maybe 35 or 40 yards away. Will Money and Sophia and the amazing Adolfo, you also, in addition, detect soft footfalls crunching back and forth in the sage grove.
Where? In which direction?
Well, that's the problem with a fog, isn't it? It seems to change things.
I would guess not south.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got me back to a rock, so unless there's sticks on the rock, I'm all right.
Well, it sounds to me like there's somebody out there, Mr. Balak. That wouldn't be your friend Mr. White now, would it?
Quite possibly. Can I have notice checks, please? William money, Sophia D. One works out. The Adolfo gets a raise. John Watt gets a raise, and Sophia obviously somehow tested herself there, but that's fine. So this okay. This time, just as you start talking again, where I am. As you start talking to Bud this time, a deep rattling growl, so guttural and unnatural that none of you can figure out what animal it belongs to. Those Sophia and John Watt and Adolfo, your best guess is it's a bear, but it's not like any bear you've ever heard. And then the sound dies away again.
Where bear? Where bear?
When the sound comes back a second time, the growling is noticeably audible to all of you, encircling your campsite now.
Right, that sounds like there's more than one of whatever there is, or it's very big and can bend well.
Have you got a way of clearing fog, John Watt?
Listen, we can help you. We've got a better chance of all fighting together. Just let us help you, and I'll tell you what you want to know. None of my people killed that miner, but we sure as hell know where he went that night. I swear on my mother's name, I'm telling the truth.
What? Hang on. There's a bit of a story you've missed. Right, okay. Yes. I think we're going to have a long, interesting conversation after this, but first, the bear.
I'm with you there, Misty.
Okay, so are you going to untie him, or are you going to leave him? Are you going to accept the help, or are you going to leave him?
I think we should
tied up.
Leave him tied up. Have we tied him up?
No, we didn't tie them up.
And you didn't tie him up. That's fine. Did you take their weapons? I assume you took their weapons, though.
I didn't intend to. No.
And we didn't take the weapons either.
That's absolutely fine.
They're very desperate to surrender, these people.
No. I think then in that case, they're obviously making it clear that if they act, they want you to understand at this point, it wouldn't be a hostile act against yourselves. Before you can move, a huge dark shape hurtles from the fog, bounding in 2 great leaps to the campsite with an ear-splitting howl. All you can see are fur and teeth. You hear bones crunch as it clamps down on a shrieking outlaw. Hot blood showers everyone. The thing leaps into the fog again, gone, taking the outlaw's flopping body with him.
Which outlaw did it take?
Huh?
Hector is gone.
Bud says, well, now, that would be our dear old pal, John Jacob White.
Right, anybody got any silver?
No.
I'll take that as a no.
No silver.
Do I have any silver dollars?
Probably.
What you notice is Bud's basically frantically opening up his 6-shooter and drops the bullets onto the ground. He reaches into a pocket and he starts slamming in some extra shiny bullets.
But you got any more of those to go around for the others to use, Bud?
I've only got the 6, he says as he loads all 6 into his gun.
Haven't you got a Mr. Money? Haven't you got?
Yeah, I wasn't asking for me. I was asking for the other people.
Yeah, no, but haven't you got a big pistol?
I have got a massive pistol.
And it's a magic
every guy says that.
Yeah, it's rapid fire. They never say that bit, do they?
Not usually. No, that's not something they want to boast about.
Right.
Flash. Fastest man alive. That could be why you can't get a date.
Okay, John Watt, you're up first with the Joker.
With the Joker. I think I don't even care. I can't even see it. A bear. I think I will go on hold.
Okey-dokey.
That bloke just disappeared.
He got dragged off by some big beast.
Just both wash golf. Off he goes. Bing bang wallop.
Ow.
Bursting out of the undergrowth behind you, John Watt, comes a huge black mastiff with red sparks in its pupils.
Good.
Mr. I've got the Joker and could interrupt at any time automatically.
Yes, I think I need to interrupt. Yeah, I think I'll interrupt this thing as it runs towards me.
Okay. I need everyone to make a fear check, please.
Oh, right, okay.
As it comes bounding.
Look at that little puppy dog coming over there. There's nothing to be afraid of. Gonna let me go first? Okay, that's too late.
Let's pop a penny on that, shall we?
Oh.
It's a good job you didn't let go first, Will.
No, it doesn't matter because I get free reroll.
Okay, Sophia's okay. The Amazing Adolfo is okay after Benny spend. John Watt's okay. Will Money's okay. Juan is okay because he got a 4 because he managed to go before I realised I hadn't turned the fear check on for the area. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so Mr. Watt, you now may interrupt.
Okay, I shall interrupt as it runs towards me. I will shoot a taser at it and I will run like a schoolgirl. And that
You also scream like a schoolgirl.
Possibly, yes. And if you could make a vigor roll as the taser hits the thing.
Okie dokie.
36.
It's running away from you.
That's better.
Okay,
so what did you do, sorry?
You tasered it.
Tasered it.
I don't see any dice rolls.
Yes, you did. It's the second one for the bottom.
Yeah, it's above the re-roll of the fear check from Will Money.
Oh, I apologise. That's what threw me. Sorry. So that's a strength. That's a vigor check, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, so just
William. Mr. William Money distracted me by doing a fear check in the wrong time.
Ooh, it cost you a penny. Right. Anyway, so as I was saying, I think there's a big dog thing, malarkey, over there.
4. Okay.
Okay, right. So it was there. So it's moved 3 inches to get to here. It's got a pace of 8. So it's going to obviously have to re-divert its direction to here.
It's not going to chase him like a hunting dog. How dare it?
Point taken. Point taken. I will accept that. It's going to chase it, which means it gets to attack these two instead.
3.
Wow.
Okay, 2 bites upon.
Oh, one of these days I must learn to fight.
Hang on. Something didn't happen there. Okay. So they were both misses. So I'll spend a penny to do it again. I want it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it fairly. So 2 bites upon Mr. Watt. 1 misses, but one's a very good bite.
One's very right.
And its second improved frenzy attack will be on opponent Sophia D, which both misses. She dodges out of the way with athletic grace. So that's
After
10.
crying, it would be a bit rough if a dog named Gabriel bit me.
Okay, so that is a wound.
A wound?
A wound upon Mr. John Watt.
Oh, put a walking stick in his gob. Go back it off.
And then it's going to basically jump away from the fire. So, okay, the amazing Adolfo is up next.
It jumps back over the fire, does it?
Well, runs back round the fire. As if to head back into the dark.
Being as I am a stage magician, I've got some flash powder in my pocket. So I'm going to come round the fire and throw some flash powder into the fire as a performance test against the Gabriel Hound.
Okay, go for it.
That'll do. I will have it vulnerable and shaken.
Vulnerable and shaken it is. Yeah, Octavio contrast goes on. Hold. Yeah, it goes on hold. Sophia D. Oh, Benny's must float. I nearly missed that.
Well, hey.
Hello, Michael.
I'm going to try and distract the dog by throwing
Thank you
a stick
for the
for
bennies.
it. Go for it.
Athletics?
Seems reasonable. Go for it. Throw a stick and shout fetch.
I'm going to Benny that.
Okay. With the Benny you just got from Michael.
Oh, come on. One more attempt.
If only you were throwing it acrobatically, then your acrobat would give you a free read.
Oh.
That's a bit.
I don't think throwing a stick is acrobatic, I'm afraid. It's throwing a stick.
Yeah.
It is if you throw it with your feet while standing on your hands.
That I would. Then, okay, I'd agree. But unfortunately, it's not fooled by the whole throwing a stick routine.
Oh, well. Worth a try.
It's a Seamus
by the great big flash of flash powder.
But Seamus Malone turns his hosepipe upon the hound. The thickened air surrounds it. He got the raise. He got the raise. What happens if you get the raise? The target automatically attempts so far next turn by making
Oh, it turns stone on the raise.
The raise, the movement's also an action.
Aye, movement's an action. So you attack, you've got your multi-action.
I prefer it turns stone.
Yeah, you would. Okay, so the Gabriel Hound is basically the treacleized, feeling better now the morning sucks. Sorry to hear that. The treacleized air around the Gabriel Hound slows it down. That brings us to Mr. William Money.
Do I want to do that? No, I don't. I'm going to do that.
Moves to there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that isn't John Jacob White, because if the guy was pulled away from there, the White's probably in those bushes.
Oh, you are having a laugh.
No, that's it. Because it's vulnerable.
You hit once and missed. Why are you shooting Bud Ghost?
Oh, right, yeah, okay, so I missed Bud. That's good. That's why it was targeted from when I shot his hat off.
Yes, indeed. Okay, you shoot the Gabriel Hound, doing 11 points of damage until I halve it, doing 5 points of damage.
If he's using the ghost,
using the ghost gun.
No, that wasn't a ghost gun. I was just testing the normal gun.
Yep. You shoot it, doing no apparent damage.
Interesting. Right, I'm putting that gun away and pulling out the good one.
Yeah, that's what I meant about haven't you got a big pistol? I wasn't coming on to you. I was saying use the right gun.
If it's a Gabriel Hound,
Bud fires at the gate. Bud fires at the Gabriel Hound
with his silver bullets.
Doing no damage.
Oh.
Oh, I apologise. Wounding it.
That's right.
I'm an
Good. So you
idiot.
did wound it in. You were just confusing me there. You shot it with a silver bullet and did nothing.
Indeed.
Diamond tip bullets.
Okay, we're going to have to spend a penny to stop it being incapacitated by that. So, yes, we're to no apparent damage. The very last second, even in the treacleized air, the hound manages to avoid a
You
shot.
see, you had a chance there to say the treacleized air stopped the bullet. It slowed the bullet
Yes,
down.
except it doesn't. It's only around the hound, not him.
On Long Dong?
Mr. Juan, sir.
Juan, well, some of these attacks are doing stuff, and some of these attacks aren't doing stuff. So I think Juan's just going to step. Actually, Juan doesn't have to step anywhere. Juan's going to stand right there and poke this thing with his stick.
Okay. Drunkenly or non-drunkenly?
Ooh.
Well, the attack will be non-drunken.
Okay.
Or actually, I have to drunken first, don't I? Yeah. Not that it matters, but yeah.
Yeah.
Still a miss. Wow, I can't seem to hit. I'll try one more time just to.
You hit.
Yeah, but don't do anything. Okay.
Well, you shake it. Or do you? No, you do not.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't do anything. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so what happens now? I do that. I do that. Hey. So at this point, I'm going to bring Big Bad John into the mix. Who jumps into the mix there, and you get a better look at Big Bad John.
Grandma, what big teeth you have.
Indeed.
Oh my
means
God.
everyone get
It's
the sight of it chills your very blood, meaning everyone gets to make a fear check at -2. You lucky people.
Oh, how kind of
Oh, word, look at that. Adolfo succeeds. Juan succeeds. William, Money, and Sophia poop themselves.
Well, he's 6'6". He's about 245. He's broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip. I know I'm not going to give no lip to Big John.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So that is fear rolls at
Lord save us.
+2. So that's it's a +2 modifier on your fear rolls. Please, individuals. John Watt just made it, so that's okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd Benny it with the Joker bonus.
Oh no!
Okay.
Sophia gets a streak of white in her hair. She is.
I thought we chose our physical alterations.
Oh yeah, you can, of course. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so Sophia is stunned and suffers a minor cosmetic physical alteration.
And I got
Which is up
11,
to you, of
12,
course.
30. I got the same thing, Mark of Fear, whatever that is.
You put a -2 in, didn't you? You should have been a +2.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
so
mean.
Mark, yeah. So you're stunned as well, and you have to come up with a physical effect.
Okay, I'm sure.
Yeah, I shoot people that are not wanted.
That's not a cosmetic physical alteration.
No, it really isn't.
But your leg falling off would be.
That's not cosmetic.
It is cosmetic. It has other effects as well as just the cosmetic, though.
Right, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Octavio Contreras basically is ripped in two, and Big John continues bounding out of the area, but he doesn't get back into cover this time. And the Gabriel Hound goes first with a Joker. Okay, so the first thing, it's going to take a multi-action. Its first action is to howl.
The fear made me prone, did it?
Yes, well, you're stunned. You're stunned.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, you're all affected. You're all affected by the howl.
Okay, everything's gone yellow.
That's the area of the shrieking howl.
Not that it suddenly turned into a wee fog.
Okay, Young bias. Who isn't targeted? John Watt isn't targeted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and S isn't targeted. That's a lawful lot of dice there, isn't it? Okie dokie. So, William Money, you failed, and yeah.
What is it?
You're stunned.
Is it a fear roll? Is it?
It's fear. It was intimidation. So you would be basically you failed it. So as well as being stunned and distracted, I make you vulnerable and shaken. Be my guest. Be my guest.
What is it? A spirit roll, is it?
It is. The Amazing Adolfo rolled a 5. I'll come back to that. I shall upgrade that to a 5 in a sec.
Well, would that even affect him? That's the thing.
I'll do.
Okay, so William Money is shaken, stunned, distracted, and vulnerable at the end of that. The Amazing Adolfo is going to be left vulnerable on a 5. John Watt is not affected, so Fear D is affected. I'm going to distract you, I'm going to distract you. Seamus is distracted, and so is Bud, and Huang is also distracted. My word, that was an incredibly effective intimidation roll on that hound. And its second action, it's going to. What is it going to do? I think it doesn't need to do anything. It's just going to make a frenzy to. It's going to make a frenzied attack upon the Amazing Adolfo, hitting once, shaking the Amazing Adolfo.
Get down, boy.
Oh, look at that card.
It's going to bound back off into the hedgeworks, as it were. Bringing us to William Money, who is shaken, stunned, and prone, and distracted and vulnerable, and recovers from being stunned, and is still.
So what does that mean?
So you're shaken. You're no longer stunned, but you are still shaken. You're distracted and vulnerable and prone at the moment. So you're going to spend a penny to unshake.
And I'm going to stand up.
Which has cost you 2 inches of movement. Yep.
Okay. Right. Let's see if I can get this geezer. What have I got? I've got I'm distracted. That's -2, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm not going to do a fan the hammer on him. I'll just shoot him once. Oh, got no bennies, so that's not going to happen. Oh,
Next.
Still targeting.
You miss and you miss.
Yeah,
that's okay. You missed the big bad John, sir. The Amazing Adolfo is no longer shaken.
Well, that's good. Right then. If only I had some holy water on me, I could baptize it, and that would sort out the problem. But I don't.
Inches and Brits. Inches. We invented inches. You copied us, remember? Same as you copied our language.
I'm going to possibly do something really, really stupid here. I'm going to take a run up.
That sounds about normal.
And I'm going to try and push Big Bad John off the cliff. Because he's only an inch away from it there.
You're going to try and push Werebear off a cliff.
I'm going to try. I didn't say I was going to succeed. I said I was going to try.
Centimetres. That's European.
Would you like a card
now that
to
England's
play?
not part of the EU anymore. Because of the fucking
I'd love one. I
morons who
can't
voted for
play one, but I'd love one.
Oh. I didn't realise you couldn't play one, in which case there's no
Actually,
point.
I think it might be a werewolf rather than. It doesn't actually say if he's a werewolf or not. Oh, he's a werewolf. I believe he's a werewolf, not a werebear.
Not a werewolf.
He's not a werebear. He's a werewolf. He's a size zero.
He can be a bear if it's necessary.
I shall award some bennies for some very humorous things. I was distracted. I couldn't hear. My subconscious brain was picking up some amusing comments there. Okay. Okie dokie.
We invented all of it.
To remind myself how this bit works.
That's why it's called Imperial. We're in the British Empire. Inches and yards and meters and all that. Yes.
Okay. Actually, that might actually be in the player's guide. No Man's Land. Yeah, I know that. It's just... It's a table, isn't it? I need to get the cards in.
And then America decided they've had enough of the British Empire and left, but they stole the language and the miles and inches.
They're not doing anything.
No,
Marshall's Guide. Mr. Dunkers, we did it last time.
I don't know why you're on the wrong side of the road. I don't know.
Rolled.
Have you broken?
Dominion system harrowed. Life of harrowed. Dominion.
Oh, my son is.
It's because it's called a Dominion table. That's why.
US military base there.
Okay, so you're letting the devil out. We're letting the devil out, which is now on. And then we roll on the table. Okay, you get to make a spirit roll at -4 or lose 1 point of dominion. Aren't you lucky? Okay, but mayhem will occur.
Yeah. Right, and then I will make a strength roll at +2 because I had enough run up.
Go for it. Are you happy with an 8?
Well, I can wait and see what his resistance roll is before I decide if I'm re-rolling anyway. I did drop it on him, but of course it's an attribute, so it doesn't do it as a quick test.
Yeah, but you can't because you're setting the target number, aren't you? Oh, yes, you can you?
Yeah, I can still.
Yeah,
I suppose. So yeah, I will make a bet. Put a penny on it.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, looks like he's going off the cliff.
Oh.
Hang on, 1 inch only gets him to the edge.
Yeah, I'd need a raise, wouldn't I? And what did I get?
Teetering.
Oh, yeah, he's teetering.
You got a 13. He's teetering. You got a 13. He got an 11.
Well, I'll take him teetering on the edge. That's fine.
He is next, you know.
Do I spend another penny? No, I'll take him teetering on the edge, and I'll say, "Bad dog."
Okay, well, in that case, what am I going to do? Obviously, he's going to basically move 1 inch this way.
Bugger.
I don't think they had cars back in them days, though, did they? When the
rip your throat out.
Benny's trying to prevent that as well.
American said "fuck you" and left. There was no cars.
It's a hit, doing 19 points of damage to the amazing Adolfo.
No, it doesn't.
Lucky break. This time completely negates damage. Okay, fair enough. Does no damage at all. Fair enough. That's absolutely fine.
Hats!
That hat is really taking a battering.
3, 4, 5, 6. Who's next? John Watt's next.
He ran away.
Run, Forrest, run.
I know. Did you see that? I spent 2 pennies trying to get a higher card there.
I know, it's annoying, isn't it?
I was going to, you pushed him, he was teetering on the edge, and I was going to havoc, bye.
Havoc would have been really cool there. Havoc would have been awesome. Havoc would have been absolutely awesome. It would have been so awesome. We're going to award you a penny just for the awesomeness of the idea.
Because I was going to say, he pushes him to the edge of the cliff, and he doesn't make it back, and then I just cast Havoc, and the edge cliff crumbles, and he goes, what? Disappears off into the building.
I've decided, right. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to play these monsters smart, not dumb as much as possible, unless the dice bugger me up, so you're going to have to be tactical.
Well, I have no target, so I'm going to have to go and hold.
Indeed. Put yourself on hold, sir.
Yes, I'm going to have to go and hold. Can't even do a support roll.
Sophia D remains lying prone and stunned upon the floor. Although you do get to spend a penny if you want to attempt an additional vigor roll, but at the moment you are distracted, but the distracted will go away next round.
It's okay. I think I may be having a little revelation about my new alteration.
No, the distracted will stay on.
Will it, of course, I'm not sure if it will or not, actually.
It will.
It turns off. Dr. Seamus McLoon.
That's you.
I know.
Oh, right.
We're striding off that way.
Does he know something we don't?
Fan of energy. Okay. See, he doesn't need to go that far. He only has to go that far.
Ian.
Crying out loud. He whips out a Gatling gun and just shreds the entire area with bullets. But it doesn't do any good. Hits nothing. Trees are going down, bushes are blasting up out of the ground, but at the end of it all, he hit nothing.
Is it like that scene in Predator with Blaine and the minigun?
That's exactly what I'm thinking of right now, yeah. There's not even any glowing blood left upon the ground. Bud goes on hold. Juan!
Have you added 2 layers of fog?
No, I haven't. Just crank the fog up to 100%.
Right, because it's doing it. It's good. Got multiple layers.
It's mist.
They're cool effect.
It was very good. I like the effect very much.
5e superheroic role playing in print and Foundry. Savage World shout out in PC Gamer. Ooh. I'll have to read that later.
Okay, I will fail to make my spear more dangerous.
Okie dokie. Oh, you're obviously distracted. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a wee question. So, would environmental manipulation do anything about the fog?
Could do.
Wind it away.
Can we create a little?
It really depends because I'm going to. Because obviously they've rewritten it, haven't they? Now, so I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I think you have to have the advanced version to affect weather.
Pathfinder, isn't it? Environmental. Oh, that's protection, not manipulation. Element. Yeah, elemental. It's elemental manipulation, isn't it? Air. Push someone, blow the torch. Power grants basic control over the 4 traditional elements: air, earth, fire, and water. Here's an interesting question: is fog air or water?
Yes.
well, I would have just said, it's an air.
I don't think it would.
I just wanted to create a draft, basically. I don't think so. No, right. Anyway,
I don't think it would. Push someone, blow out a torch, fan a flame, cool someone down in oppressive heat.
Yes.
Consume a quart of water. Conjure a quart of water. Purify a gallon. How much is a quart of water in terms of gallons? Is it?
It's 1 quarter
of a gallon. That's what I thought. Yeah. So we're metric over here. It's long time since it's obvious.
Okay. In metric, it's just shy of a liter.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, no problem at all. No, I'm only thinking from a certain adventure that I will have to run at some point. But anyway, John Watts on hold. Don't Bud Still's on hold. The Amazing Adolfo's up with a Joker bonus, giving bennies to everyone.
Hurrah!
Good.
And then I'm going to go on hold.
Sensible thing to do. Mr. William Money, sir.
4 quarts to a gallon. Well, I'm going to go on hold since I can't see nothing to shoot.
That's a very sensible thing to do. Juan, let me guess. You're going to try.
No, actually, Juan is going to
smite upon your spear.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. Obviously, you're more focused now.
Yeah.
They all ran away. Normal dice roll. What's going on with you, man? Stop drinking.
Okay. Juan has got put smite upon his spear. Therefore, his spear no longer does half damage. Mr. Seamus McLoon's going to spend another 2 power points and cling gun the whole area again. 4 successful there, isn't it? Would that actually hit? That's another question I should have actually targeted. Let me target him. And just roll again just to see what modifiers would have applied, if any. Yeah, 4 would have hit. Okay. He shakes the Gabriel Hound.
The Gabriel Hound is shaken.
Gabriel Hound unshakes. And it's going to... I think it's multi-action time. Do doing anything, that's fine.
Should you spend your bennies, Seamus McLoon?
2 hits. I didn't know if anyone wanted to interrupt it before he ripped this guy apart, but...
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, we can all interrupt it. Yeah, hang on, interrupting.
Too late now. Okay, so Seamus McLoon is shaken, and he'll spend a benny to attempt to not be wounded, which he fails.
No, because he wouldn't be multi-actioning when he was...
No, he wouldn't be multi-actioned, so I'm not sure why it's showing that. Okay, that's not a failure, that's a 5.
The GM, you've got multi-action set because you're set on the Gabriel Hound.
Quite possibly. So then he becomes shaken again, then he spends his last benny in an attempt to unshake. taking no damage at all. And the dog is going to jump into cover unless anyone wants to interrupt.
Well, Seamus McLean gets to have a go at him as he backs off anyway.
No, he didn't engage him in melee.
The Gabriel Hound totally engaged him in melee.
Yeah, but Seamus McLean doesn't have any weaponry other than the gun he's holding. He can't engage in
Well,
melee
I'm going to
anyway.
interrupt and shoot him.
We can kick him.
It wouldn't do any good. Is the point
I don't have a gun. I don't have a thing. No.
William Money.
You're admitting that.
Oh, and that's the ghost gun, so it is.
He hasn't rolled his athletics yet, of course, to interrupt.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt and all.
What did he?
I really like those dice.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
The Gabriel Hound. I'm going to spend 1 penny on the Gabriel Hound.
Well, like 1 penny left, haven't you?
No, I've got 3 left. And it fails. So the Gabriel Hound is killed by William Money.
Okay, I won't interrupt then.
Sophia D's next. Oh, hang on. No, she isn't. It's Big Bad John next. I don't know how that happened. I must have accidentally skipped. Big Bad John is next. He is going to clamber up. Yeah, and he's going to jump down to here. Hitting William Money.
Yeah, well, he's invisible.
He's an invisible dog.
Right, I've changed my mind. I will interrupt.
In this case, as he jumps down and before he attacks Will Money, I will interrupt, and I'm on a joker, so I don't need to roll.
That's very true. Go for it.
I will spend a penny to alter the narrative, because I've got a sword cane. And as I'm a wizard, and a wizard's staff has a knob on the end, as we all know, my sword cane, being in a cane, is my wizard's staff, and it has a knob on the end, and the knob on the end is made of silver. And
Are you saying you've got a silver knob?
I've got a silver knob on the end of my staff.
It's not a gold member. Sterling
No,
member. Hi, my name's Sterling. Sterling member.
Yeah, and I'm going to whack him with my silver knob.
Go on then. Talking wizard stars with the knobs on the end. Have you heard of? They've discovered a load of Terry Pratchett short stories.
Really?
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a book. Awesome. It's a new book. It's being released in October. So I've already said to the missus, I know what I want for Christmas.
Don't blame you.
It's a bunch of short stories he wrote for newspaper articles under a pen name. I can't remember what the pen name is right now. So, but they've been all tracked down and they've been published together, and so we're getting another Terry Pratchett book.
Do you think I got him?
I think you hit him. Roll for damage.
I think I might have done.
Roll for damage. You shake him.
I think I'm going to spend the penny on that.
And you're going to do a Bob Ross and beat the devil out of it.
Now, since it's a silver cane, first of all, is he invulnerable to that? And with him being a were creature, does he have a weakness to silver, which would then do an extra 4 damage on top of that?
No, it just means he takes normal damage.
So that would be a wound rather than shaken, because it's more than 4 over his toughness. But I think I will try one more penny just to see if I can get better than that still. I can, but not better enough.
Yeah, see, if you actually put the word silver on your cane, you see, then I wouldn't have to manually turn off the invulnerability.
All right. Does that need to go in
keyword? Yeah.
But it's a keyword silver, and then just roll damage one more time just to see if it works.
Keyword silver. Okay, I'll put silver in the keywords, and I will roll.
Then just roll damage one more time, just to see what happens. See, they're awesome. When it,
you know what? I'll put a penny on that.
No, you won't. I'll give you. If I will let you put a Benny on it if you want to roll one more time, but I'm not letting you have the 20 just because I was trying to test the rule set.
Oh, but
because I'm mean.
Yeah.
I don't blame Kev for that one, Tav.
Please.
You wouldn't let anyone get away with it either.
No, I totally wouldn't.
Okay, he soaks the damage, then lands and rips William Money's torso.
I'm interrupting him.
Are you interrupting? I need an athletics roll from you.
Yeah, it's because I'm not on the Joker.
Are you happy with a 4? That's academics.
Academics. Well, it's all academic, really, isn't it?
He's thinking.
I'll let it stand. Are you happy?
We sit down and play chess with the werewolf.
Mustn't think about this emotionally. Angle of intercept. This particular ratio. Right, I'll stick with the 4.
You stick with the 4. Right, William Money doesn't have to worry about the test. William Money is gutted.
Is Bud Balak not going to try and interrupt as well?
No, he's not gutted.
Bob Balak can't actually. Bob Balak is basically can't see through the fog that this has happened. He may react after William Money cries out in pain and agony. And
I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to roll me thing and say.
I now might go furry next full moon.
Actually, no, he doesn't cry out in pain because we have desperate times.
Oh, awesome!
So he doesn't take any damage at all
because we've already played.
Lucky break.
Okay, so you're going to play the card to negate the damage. Absolutely awesome.
Lucky break again.
Indeed. At which point,
Big Bad John bit at William Money, and he's bit into his shirt pocket, which had his silver hip flask in, which he swallowed.
No, he didn't.
Very creative.
Very creative, but no.
I'll spend a penny to roll to the story for that one.
They need to turn off invulnerability. Okay, Big Bad John is shaken as Bob fires his second of his bullets, meaning he has 4 silver bullets left.
Have you put the silver thing on his
Can I interrupt, Doug?
Yes, you can.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot about you.
Ah, right. Okay. So I will pull out the pistol and I will shoot him with switch the flux on. Should I Benny that or not? No, it's okay. So anyway, yeah, he's hit
him.
In fact, you're going to make me cast this with an area effect, aren't you?
Well, given that Havoc is an area effect, no, it isn't. Given that Havoc is an area effect of a power, then I would not. With the minimum you can cast Havoc is in a medium burst template.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So you can cast it. You can cast it there. That's what I do. Cast it. Not there.
You put your own one down. I'm just working out.
That's not mine. That's not mine. Medium burst template. Right. So yeah, I want to cast. I want to
cast as a cone template, and Sophia D is prone on the ground right at his feet.
Oh yeah, it can be cast as a cone template.
No, we want to cast it as a burst template. We want to cast it right there with selective, obviously. Anyway, it's strong because this is the description. It's strong. So,
you do realise the first thing he will hit if you cast it there is William Adolfo. William, amazing Adolfo.
It won't make a difference. So first off, right, he's targeted. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bad John. So let's distract him straight away before we start.
Yep. Right, so you applied that to Sophia for some reason, but that's by the by.
How come I've got him? I can't tell you who's targeted.
That's okay.
I have targeted him. Right. Yeah, so he's distracted and he must make his saving throw.
Indeed.
Obviously at -2. Bah humbug.
Okay, Sophia, you're up.
Have I recovered from all of my issues?
You are.
I'm still prone.
You are prone.
Otherwise,
You are prone.
You're still vulnerable, but everything else has fallen off.
Okay, well, as I'm prone, I'm going to crawl over to the fire and get a burning stick and throw it at Big Bad John's face as a distraction.
Well, you can stand up if you want. It's entirely up to you.
It's harder to reach the fire if I do that. I can crawl to the fire, pick up the stick, and then stand up.
And then stand up. Yes, agreed.
Yes.
But then again, that's not how to remain unseen.
So that's what. I'm not trying to remain unseen.
I've targeted him, so that would be straightforward. Improvised weapon. Let's have a look.
Yeah, because that's the first lesson in not being seen as.
Well, it's just as a test because it's not going to hurt him, is it?
Oh, good point. Just athletics. Ignore me. Sorry, I'm being silly.
Unless you just hold it underneath his tail to set his tail on fire.
Yeah, and if he's got clinkers, they'll burn too.
Oh, okay. Do you want to make him distracted or vulnerable?
He's already distracted by Havoc.
Well, vulnerable then.
Make him vulnerable then. He is now vulnerable. Combat round number 4 begins with the amazing Adolfo on the king.
Well, since the bugger's vulnerable...
I didn't mean to do that. I did that wrong.
I should probably wild attack him and go for a cold shot. Not for the head, but to the vulnerables. Because they don't like it up, and so they don't. Which will, if I put a -2 on...
moot point. It's my go.
Motherfucker.
Oh, all right then.
So sorry, someone spent a Benny to jump above Big Bad John on the deck, so I spent a second Benny to get it, and I'm afraid I got the Joker. So sorry about that, everyone. Mr. William Money, you can all blame William Money for that. That's it's his. He caused that me to get a Joker there. Okay. He is going to. What's he going to do? I think he's just going to rip your. He's going to rip your face off, Mr. Adolfo.
First my hat, and now my face.
Causing a wound upon you, sir.
Well, that is just not fair. But you know what? I'll take it.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'll soak it if he's going to bugger off. I'll soak it. Come back here, you bastard.
Well, you get free attack as he buggers off because you soaked it.
Exactly.
I'll move it down to you so you get your free attack, and then obviously after that you get your action.
Yeah, would you make him vulnerable again, please? Because his turn hasn't ended, therefore he's still vulnerable before I attack him as he's backing off. Thank you. Just means I might actually hit him, that's all.
I only moved you because you said you were taking it, otherwise I'd have left it. Okay, you missed.
I missed, even with him being vulnerable.
Let the bennies flow! Thank you, Mr. MD.
On that, then. And critical fail.
Okay, he then buggers off towards the horses in the fog, and it's your go now.
Where'd the bastard go? I'll go back on hold.
Okay, Bud is going to move. Whoops! It's going to move 6 inches that way and fire his Colt Peacemaker, hitting, doing, causing a wound. Silver on him as well. That's the lost the big bad John's bennies, and it's not enough. Oh no, it was. He got the 4. He soaks it, but howls in pain. Bud has 3 silver bullets left. Mr. William Money moves to there. Silence.
Yes, silent. Silent like a silent person. See if this works.
Oh my god, he's fanning the hammer on Big Bad John. Miss, hit, miss. Miss, hit, miss. Hang on, where's the other 2 shots? Or do you only have 4 bullets left?
4 bullets.
Yeah, wait, take it. 3 hits. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the first shot shakes him, and your second shot? Would shake him, which of course will make it, obviously we know will be a wound where you affect it. Ghost gun.
He was already, was he not already shaken? Oh, he shook it, didn't he? So it's 2 wounds.
Yeah, I'm just updating your ghost gun. It should have arcane as a keyword, of course. Yeah, I'm not soaking the damage yet. I'm letting you do it. So you're going to shake him. You're going to shake him, and then you're going to shake him because I've got to. So obviously the first one shakes him. Then the second one he's not invulnerable.
Left. No, but the GM's got Benny.
I've got 1 Benny left. So I'm going to attempt to soak this 1 wound. Actually, silvered object. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to soak it with my last Benny. Soak that one, but I can't do anything about the last wound, but it does, which is now a shaken again. So net result of after all of that is he's shaken.
Okay, so 2 wounds turn into nothing.
Yeah, do us a flavour, will you? I'm just going to hit him again. Can you just roll damage? I just want to make sure the arcane works on your gun, please. It did. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you very much. So I'm just trying to sort it out because I've obviously spent the time to put the invulnerabilities in. So if I make sure your weaponry's actually got the right effect keywords on it, it means I don't have to keep unclicking the invulnerability button. Juan, you're up, sir, with your smiting spear.
Juan is going to, let me see, I can only walk to there.
I'll walk you to there because then you can choose to run after that, of course.
I think I'm going to drop deflection on myself as well.
Okie dokie.
Melee.
That's successful. Deflection melee. There we go. You've already applied it. Thank you very much.
I've come off hold at this point.
You're coming off hold at this point.
Mm-hmm.
No, you were on hold.
I was, and then I came off hold just before 1 went. Well, I came off hold during the fan the hammer damage situation.
Yep, fair enough. Okay.
Because I have a feeling I'm going to be out of it down there, so I'm going to get a bit closer. Can't see exactly where he is anyway, but
4 gets you to there. You've still got 4 more inches of movement.
You know what? I think I can reach him, and I probably will.
You're going to smack him, are you, with your silver cane?
I am going to smack him while he's in a position that we might actually get him hurt.
Okay.
Can you put wild attack on me? Because I can't while the combat tracker isn't on me.
Certainly. Yep, wild attack is on. Go for it.
Okay. I'm not going to go for a vulnerable bit while he's not vulnerable, but balls. Never mind. That's me done.
John Watson, you're up.
Yeah, so animals sometimes sense things that we don't. So let's throw a little tiny bit of ghost rock in with the horses. And I'm sure that when they all start kicking off, he might be influenced.
Okie dokie.
Oh, 666, 666. Apparently, he manages to avoid interruption from the horses, no bother.
Apparently. Happened there, but anyway. I do know what happened there, but I don't know why it did that. It wasn't supposed to do that. Let's undo that. Try that again. Style. There.
I'd like to try and chirp him up, if that's all right.
Please feel free to attempt to do so.
Would that be a fighting test?
Attempt to trip him. I'd say opposed athletics.
Okay. I think I can do better than that. Ah,
That's fixed it. Okay, yeah, no, it's still successful, isn't it? Because you beat him.
to be fair,
mind you, he rolled an 18.
He rolled an 8, yeah.
18. Yeah, I think you're a bit... Unfortunately, you failed to trip him. That brings us to Dr. Seamus McLoon, who is basically going to attempt to hit Big Bad John with the chrono valve. Okay, so Big Bad John is slowed. Bad John. Yes, it did. New round. William Money is going first.
Moving down there and reloading my gun.
Okay, you're moving down there and reloading your gun. When you end your turn, it's Big Bad John's go. Big Bad John remains shaken. That's rather annoying because he can't run if he's shaken.
No, you can only move.
Big Bad John is attempting to flee. He gets to there.
Is Big Bad John's pace 10?
8. That's why he only moved 4 inches.
Okay. Well, I'll try and splat him as he runs off.
He shakes off the slow effect. In the meantime, you hit him.
Oh, he's parry 9, the bugger.
It's a wound, though.
I'll
Which
take the win.
Which I can't do anything about. Big Bad John is wounded.
Did
Seamus
get a chance to do anything?
Technically, no. If you take it at the most literal, no. Is it? Because it wasn't. It was a test upon it. Being evil. That's a hit, though. That is not invulnerable. He's unharmed. Seamus McLoon lets rip with his Gatling gun.
Hasn't he got any
doesn't
bennies,
do any
Seamus
good.
McFlip?
No, he spent them all to not die earlier. John Watt.
John Watt. He's run off again.
Yes.
Yep.
I can see him.
You can.
Oh, he's quite far away, isn't he? Right, okay. I'll tell you what, let's 10 inches. Let's cast Havoc with extended range, strong, to see if it makes a difference.
Go for it.
To cast it right there. And cast it in his path as he runs away.
Actually, you don't actually need to cast it extended range, mate.
But I want an
Just
area.
Selective.
But I want him to come. If he loses, if he gets blown over, I want to be blown this way.
Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. Yes.
So I'm going to cast it on the other side of him as a burst, so he's blown back towards the party. But this is all academic if it doesn't work.
Yep.
Oh, he gets the raise.
He gets the raise. Okay, so Big Bad John's distracted by Havoc, which is already on him, so because I won't worry about taking it off.
Yeah.
And then there's another -2 for the raise.
Yeah, he's going to roll at -4.
Okay, so
That's
it
nice,
didn't
you're on
do the
fire.
effects. Yeah. So I'm afraid that's a 9 and a 7. So he's still not affected, I'm afraid. One, Mr. I've got deflection and smite running.
Okay, Juan is going to have to run, unfortunately. That should be enough.
It probably is actually with your reach.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to turn the shading on that hedge off because it seems to be blocking the entire map. So there we go. Pay no attention to the random joininess of the thingies. Because I did something funky with setting them up so they're not the same size.
Random
in the middle of a combat.
joinings.
Yes. I will have a play later because they're meant to all slot together perfectly, but obviously I did something wrong. I don't know what I did, so I'm not going to worry about it now. I know what I did wrong. That's a hit. That's not that's no invulnerable. That's a wound upon Big Bad John. He howls again in pain. Can't regenerate.
Okay.
Yeah, he can. Can regenerate magical damage. Adolfo, you're up, sir.
Right, I think I'm going to have to walk over and wallop him. Poor fella.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that'll be a miss.
Bud. Maybe Bud will end this. Bud's going to advance to their edge of the corral. Using his Colt Peacemaker, he fires. Hitting. Doing.
I swear I heard you say using his coffee maker.
Latte for me, please.
Sophia, you're up.
Okay.
Colt Peacemaker is what I thought I said.
I am
Well, you
going
probably said
to take.
peacemaker, but my brain heard coffee maker regardless.
Well, you obviously need a brew.
You obviously in need of a brew, so yeah.
I'm going to take a running leap off this rock and try and land wrapped around Big Bad John, covering his eyes so he can't see anything. I effectively want to entangle him with me.
Okie dokie. That sounds acrobatic.
It does, doesn't it?
Sounds suicidal.
I wasn't going to point that bit out.
I'm doing it from the back. His teeth are at the front.
You said wrap.
Well, that's true. Well,
Yeah,
we'll see.
Especially above the teeth.
Yeah.
Pardon me. That's successful. You successfully grapple him. You got the raise. You've got him bound.
Yay. Quick, hit him, hit him.
New round. Juan's first.
Juan will hit him.
I am so glad he's on the last action of the round.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting away.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hit that once. Come on.
No,
Let's
that should be a hit, because you should also have 2 points of gang up from Adolfo and Sophia.
It's
yes,
this
is true.
A 5 still misses.
No,
plus 2 for a bound makes him scary. Makes it 7, and then gang up makes it a 9.
Yeah.
So I get my Benny back, please.
But why did it not do the?
Because I'm not in base contact.
Yeah.
For it to give the gang up.
Well, it gave the gang up on the second attack.
It gave 1 point of gang up because Sophia because there are 2 people in base contact, which would normally give +1 gang up, but because one's not in base contact, it doesn't calculate gang up based on him being an attacker. It's one gets +2 gang up because there are 2 allies adjacent to that target.
Point to take. I will concede.
Doesn't take that into account.
So let's do some damage. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I'm going to have to say, well, that obviously is not invulnerable. I'm definitely going to have to say that basically Sophia is covered in because your spear just skewers it. So no, you won't. As Big Bad John is incapacitated.
Sorry, Sophia, you got a little, yeah, right there, right there.
Yeah, I need a bath.
I'm pretty sure you do, yes.
Okay, and I will turn to to Bud, and I will say, I think we've resolved the conflict that you were having.
I'd say you did.
These. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting.
I'm going to reload my gun
Let
while
me
we're
help you
sitting around
back
here
to the
doing
fire,
nothing.
Misty. If you can't be
Hello,
clean, at
Bella,
least you
my
can be
bae.
warm.
Has nobody got any water?
I've got a bit of whiskey. Might be better for getting the blood off.
I'll try anything.
Interesting.
Hasn't John or the other guy got any kind of a magical water contraptions?
I think I found a bug in the rule set.
Ooh.
Done. What have you done?
Oh, no, not me. I don't do the Deadlands rule set.
What have you done? I'm going to blame it on you anyway, okay?
Yeah, we can't harass the guy that does do it, so, I mean, you're the next closest thing.
I need to move this bottle because it's right in front of the chat, so I can't see when you say, hello, how are you?
Interesting. Very interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I found a bug in the Savage Worlds in the Deadlands rule set.
You found the birds of toe in the Citizen Visitors?
So what insect would that be?
I am very confused by this one.
Bug report.
I don't know where he's got. Well, really doesn't make sense at all. Okay, I'm just going to argue. Well, yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'll worry about that another day then. So, sorry. Somebody was whispering to me and causing all sorts of problems. So, I'm going to have the mist vanish. There we go. Okay. This proves what I said. We helped Glenn when he was in a tight spot one night up on the bench. We were hiding out from Wister's men when we came across Buckles fighting off a couple of miners acting, well, weird. We tried to reason with them, but they weren't having it, so we had to put them down. When we did, they just sort of dissolved. Buckles didn't seem surprised, but he was in a hurry to get back to town for some reason. He was afraid he might not make it, and promised there'd be a reward if we delivered this piece of paper to an agent or ranger. We ain't exactly eager to have such an individual, to find such an individual given our choice of careers. Not so sure he knew that, but I still have it, so here you go. Obviously, you've already yourself, so I need to go to images, then I need to go to there, then I need to go to, then I need to go to Okay. Piece of paper. There you go.
I would call that a safe combination.
Yes, I think you're right.
Does that happen to be the combination for the safe I already cracked? Since I've already cracked the safe.
No, that was a key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either that or it's a line dancing routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be line dancing, yeah. Sounds about right.
It does appear to be something written on the other side of the piece of paper, by the way.
Oh, let's turn it over and have a look at the other side.
Ah.
See, and here I was fairly certain that Heaston was part of it.
Well, we know Heaston's bent as a $9 note, but maybe there's more than one lot of dodgy people in Heaston.
He now looks at you. He looks at all of you and goes, "Let me go this time, and maybe next time I can help you again." What do you say?
I need a bath.
What's wrong with you?
Tell you what, then. If you've got enough water nearby that Miss D here can have a bath and you don't watch her when she's having it, we'll let you go. Well, unless she doesn't mind you watching. That'd be up to her.
There's a creek about half a mile that way. He points. Basically west of where you currently all are.
Thanks.
I'd say that'll do for now.
Him and his remaining posse members successfully gather up their horses and ride off. And the cliff vanished at the same time. Let's do that.
As if by magic.
As if by magic, the cliff vanished.
Well then, Miss D, let's get you to that creek so you can have a wash.
This is revolting.
In wolf bits.
It's so horrible. It smells so bad.
Oh,
I didn't expect
see what the problem is.
It's
right,
in my hair.
I didn't expect him to squirt quite like that whenever I poked him. Sorry.
It's okay.
That way I've managed to get rid of the rope corral and the horses, but keep the cliff, which pay no attention to the fact it abruptly ends there where I added the map on because I thought that the werewolf was going to get away. So at that point, I think having got some information and tracked down some more information there, and I need to go back into there, and you let Bud go. I'm going to say I think I need to type something into chat along these lines.
Hooray!
Indeed. So,
let's get Miss D down to the river for a quick dunking.
Looks like it's a baptism.
Baptism in werewolf blood.
Indeed.
What, and then we're going back to town, are we?
Yeah. As far as I know, we're done with our research out here, aren't we?
I think we are, yeah.
Pretty much.
Go back to town and tell everybody about how we've put down a werewolf out on the plains.
Are we going to take its head? Or is it turned into a human? Now it's been killed.
Yeah, it does revert back to human form when you kill it.
We don't want to take a human head back and go, it's a werewolf.
Yeah, just in case it's like, just in case it's the son of anybody in town who gets very upset.
Yeah, best not. Let's just bury the body, shall we? So we don't have to actually. Worms got to eat, same as buzzards.
Very much so. Don't do that. I can't browse the deck, but I can shuffle the deck, which is fine. Right. You headed back to town then. Let's find the map. Where's the map gone? I think I just closed it. There we go. Right, there we are. Back on this map again. Plan. Oh, hang on, didn't something happen? Yes, something did happen.
Woohoo! John Watt can drive.
Did he take driving? Did he?
Yeah, I think I've got the hang of it after a while. Although I don't. I might need help though.
Okay. You head back to Heaston Hill.
Maybe we should tell the story in Fort Bridger. It being closer to where, or even Carter, if we stay the night in Carter first, because it was quite late, wasn't it?
Well, it'd be morning before you head out, yeah.
Right.
It'll take you a day to get back, so it's up to you which way you want to go. I can move you back to Carter if you want.
Should we stay the night in Carter? Because that's nearer where they were, and we can tell the story of the werewolf being sorted out near Carter, and then head back in the morning. What do you reckon, guys?
Sounds reasonable to me.
If we go to a saloon in Carter, and after Sophia's got clean, we can tell everybody about it. And if everybody supports me, and then we get a raise, we all get conviction because I've got the telltale edge now. But only people that support me get it, so it's up to you guys.
Yeah, totally support you as long as I get the bath first.
And I have notice checks, please. No, you've had the bath in the creek first thing in the morning.
I know.
What?
This is only if you, don't worry if you fail it. It's as long as at least one of you does.
Feel what?
Well, as you are riding into Carter, you do overhear a conversation going on. It seems a stockyard foreman named James Kelly's locked himself in his shack with a bottle of whiskey and refuses to come out. Once a hard man who was cruel to animals, they're saying, he's now sobs and whimpers into the bottle about them horrible empty eyes. And then they carries on going, saying to the other one, ever since Kelly went into hiding, something powerful strange has been coming around each night at the witching hour. It attacked a few stockyard hands and guards, damn near killed one of them.
I wonder if that's the same. I wonder if that's the same fella.
Don't forget, Bud and that lot only came up here the last couple of nights ago, so probably not.
Probably not. Guess there's a problem with something around here then.
Well, indeed, he says, distractedly trying to remember where he
So it sounds like we need to fix this up. Do we want to do that before or after we tell the tale of whacking the werewolf?
I think we tell the tale, and then when we got to town liking us a bit, maybe we can look into it a bit more and deal with it later in the night, because it is around the witching hour. Maybe we should go and tell the tale first, and then come the witching hour, we can go out and see what this particular problem is.
That's your plan. Okie dokie.
After all, if we get the townsfolk thinking that things that go bump in the night can be sorted out, we might even get one or two of them to help us.
Whatever you say, boss.
Hang on a minute. Who made me the boss?
I just did. Didn't you hear me?
Doesn't that make you the boss if you make other people the boss?
No, that makes me the underling willing to follow the boss.
I'm not entirely sure I understand that, but you are a very strange fella from... Is it east or west from here? I mean, they say that China is the east, but then that's when, you're an Englishman, and I wouldn't ever want to be considered one of them. And from here, I suppose China is mostly to the west, isn't it? What do you reckon?
I guess it kind of depends upon how much water you want to cross. You see, they call it the east, even though there's even from here, because there's less water to cross. For some reason, people don't like swimming.
Well, swimming quite that long way, I don't think I'd like. But to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't want to swim across the Atlantic either. And most people that go east tend to do it by water all the way. Well, in a boat, anyhow. That is an interesting question. I suppose you could do it by going north and then back south again as well, couldn't you?
Yeah,
due west
really
on the Western
cold
Trail
if you go
heading
too
east into
far out.
Wyoming.
Hang on a minute. Go due west on the Western Trail heading east into... Well, what are you talking about, Mr. Money?
Exactly. That's how we get there.
Right. It's all academic, but surely if you increase the pressure on the dimensional manifold, you could gate into the hunting lands and then gate back.
Now, that is something I
But you would need to have you would need to have a big chunk of ghost rock to create the warp. I mean, a really big chunk.
In the meantime, you want to get yourself to a jewelry shop, do you, Miss D?
If there's somewhere around that'll sell that kind of thing, yeah.
And then I think Mr. Watt should buy us all a drink, and then we can go and tell the town about how we killed the werewolf.
I think we should do that too.
Maybe we should leave out the bit about werewolf and just say a big wolf. Yeah.
Okay, so Carter railroad town lies on the along the banks of the Muddy Creek. It's grown into primary rail shipping point for livestock from Bridger Valley. For that reason, the biggest stockyards in the county are found here, packed with thousands of milling cows and sheep. Ranchers' families, rail folk make up the population.
I wish they wouldn't write that in books. It's really annoying when they write ranchers live in a family because you don't know what you're supposed to fill it. You're supposed to fill that gap in. Whoever did this conversion needs to finish the PDF off, man.
I would say you probably. aren't round here. But you could possibly get something commissioned back at Easton Hill, Sophia.
They don't sell
There's
such
not a
things
jeweler in
here
Qatar.
anywhere.
I don't think any of them's big enough, really. Do you know what I mean?
Huh?
It's.
I suppose Carter's just a stopping point, isn't it? But there's lots of cattle, not so many people.
It's mostly ranchers and stuff. They probably. You could probably send.
We can probably wire Smith and Robards to deliver one.
I was about to say you could probably send back east to Smith and Robards to get one. Yes, which I'm going to go look at my catalogue now. It's a bit out of date, but I gather it's still newer than Patrick's copy.
Yes,
I having the 1880 edition.
My copy's orange.
What are we sending off?
I'm going to order a silver crucifix for Sophie D from Amazon. It's going to arrive in Hastings tomorrow.
Surprisingly, not something I can get, which
you
is
should be able
really
to get
quite
it all
odd.
over the show. There must be a church or something.
You'd have thought, really.
Yes.
The churches don't really sell them, do they?
Yeah, but they have
you know what I mean? It's a
enjoy
joy shop.
Hang on,
go and visit Father O'Reilly.
Haven't I got one already?
Blacksmiths.
Oh, have you got one already?
Well, hang on. Gives 2 minutes. Right. Okay. And we. So what happens if you twist this and then put soldering on it? Apparently, you break it.
Does you want to Benny that?
Okay, so that's maybe not silver.
Could I get a blacksmith to make one?
I don't think lead
that's what I said. But
Blacksmith, they work with iron and stuff.
Yeah, and it's so different. I'm sure they'd never be able to figure out how to melt
the melting
silver.
point of silver's a lot lower than
Right. Okay. So
I can bake a cake doesn't mean I can't make a scone.
Oh, look, there's a silver
you
cross.
Just leave it to make a scone. You just leave it in there for 8 hours until it's rock hard.
You clearly have never had a good scone.
Yeah, I broke my teeth on a few.
I believe they're rock cakes.
Same thing, innit? Scone, rock cake. Leave it in just cook it and then overcook it. It's black.
I feel sorry for you. You've obviously had bad experiences.
It's terrible, yeah. I'm so traumatized by the scones.
So there you go. There's one
That's
silver cross.
If you gunslinger.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you just blowtorch a couple of silver dollars, then it'll be fine. Totally fine. Totally MacGyvered.
Well there we go.
I'll take MacGyvered. So, what do you want me to give you for that?
Couple silver dollars.
Can you do that thing you did with your legs earlier on?
I think if you just remind John what to put his trousers on at the right time, he'll probably be really happy.
That probably helps.
I've taken $2 off my sheet. Put $2 on yours.
God, that's what we normally tip, isn't it?
Okay, so right, let's have you tell your tale then in the saloon in Carter.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, have I got a tale for you? A shivering tale of a timorous beastie. Up to the north of Carter, a great wolf with teeth the size of bowie knives that walked on its hind legs like a man, so it did. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Money?
It surely is. That's my support roll with a gun. I shot it between the eyes and it got up.
Indeed. The beast was 7 foot tall, if it was an inch. And it reared up and roared at us.
Don't forget to mention the fog.
The mist came in around us, and it ran out of the mist and grabbed one of us from around the fire, tore him in two it did, but we were not bowed, we were not shaken. Our friend here from the mystic east stood up with his mighty spear and thrust it into the belly of the beast, just like that, so he did. Miss Money, she's got faith of the heart, so she has. She stood before it, wrapped her legs around its face so it could not see.
The poor thing. You must have been.
Everybody in the crowd starts growling and waving their hands around.
He wrapped his legs around her face and he was distracted and then he got gutted.
I took my silver knob and thrust it in the hole where Mr. Huang had put his staff.
Oh my God!
It started off so good and then it turned into a porno.
Here came the beastie and slaughtered where it lay. The beeves of the northern plains are now safe from that beastie. All thanks
To you thrusting your silver knob.
And you wrapping your legs around his face.
So that's
okay. That's your choice of persuasion or performance with a +6 modifier.
Is that including my +2 from Taleteller?
No.
So with a +8 modifier, and I'm going to go with performance because I've got a -2 persuasion because of my scars.
I'm just waiting for the critical fail. That's all.
That'll be a raise. That will, even without letting the level up.
That will be a raise even with the fear level modifier factored in, which I hadn't calculated when I said +6. So it's +4 from your support, +4 from the support rolls, +2 because it was bloody amusing tale, and a +2 from your tale teller, -1 for the fear level. With a success, the fear level is reduced by 1. Critical failure, persuasion roll sends the wrong message. In fact, there's no benefit for getting a raise, I'm afraid. However,
no, that's on Taleteller. Second, if you lower the fear level and get a raise on the persuasion or performance roll, the Taleteller and anyone who supports them earn conviction. That's the Taleteller edge where the raise comes in.
You need to get the raise, do you?
You need to
because it doesn't. Okay.
So extra conviction. Brilliant. Fantastic.
We all get conviction.
It's the wrong phone.
But I'm innocent. Oh, wait, no. Conviction, not convicted. Sorry.
Yeah. Slightly different, that is.
Where was I? Right, we're going to have to leave it there. I have to go and be Mr. Taxi Service, but I think everyone's got their point of conviction, so thank you very much, guys.
Taxi?
Yes.
Uber?
Got to go and pick up the boss.
Okay.
Thank you very much, one and all. You made me laugh muchly. I'm glad it was a good time. Good timing all round in the end there. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all again next week. We've got some Pathfinder on Sunday, haven't we? Not Pathfinder.
I believe so.
Spelljammer on Sunday. So, yep, okay. I'll see you all on. Yes, it's Savage Pathfinder, Spelljammer. So I shall see you. I see you Spelljammers on Sunday, and the others I shall see next Tuesday. Thank
you.
Lots of fun today, guys. Good night.
Cheers. Good night.
Good night.
2 instances of Fantasy Grounds running. Ba-dang-dang-doo-doo. Click this and it's not going to load anything. Not the right extension. NPCs from Roadkill. No. Alright, okay. I'm ending my stream. Thank you for watching.